of almost 6% 7 years ago, the fiscal deficit has been brought down to 3.4% in the revised estimate of 2018-19. The current account deficit, against a high of 5.6% 6 years ago, is likely to be only 2.5% of GDP this year. We contained the fiscal deficit, notwithstanding the Finance Commission's recommendations, increasing the share of the states from 32% to 42% in central taxes, which we accepted in the true spirit of cooperative federalism, thereby transferring significantly higher amounts to the states. Due to a stable and predictable regulatory regime, a growing economy, and strong fundamentals, India could attract massive amount of foreign direct investment during the last 5 years. As much as $239 billion was received as FDI. This period also witnessed a rapid liberalization of the FDI policy, allowing most FDI to come through the automatic route. Madam Speaker, the last 5 years have witnessed a wave of next-generation structural reforms which have set the stage for decades of high growth. We have undertaken path-breaking structural reforms by introducing the goods and services tax and other taxation reforms. Banking reforms and insolvency and bankruptcy code. The period of 2008 to 14 will be remembered as a period of aggressive credit growth, and as per RBI, the primary reason for a spurt in non-performing loans and stressed assets. Outstanding loans of public sector banks ballooned from 18 lakh crore to 52 lakh crore during this period. Many projects were started that could either not be completed or had low capacity utilization, resulting in their inability to pay back these loans. They were high stressed and non-performing assets amounting to rupees 5.4 lakh crore in 2014, even though they were not being recognized as NPA at that point of time. Many more were hidden through restructuring or otherwise, which were discovered during the asset quality reviews and inspections carried out since 2015. हमारे सरकार में ये दम था कि हम रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया को कहें कि ये सभी लोन्स को देखें और बैंकों की सही स्थिति देश के सामने रखें. We put a stop to such questionable practices and stopped the culture of phone banking. The 4 R's approach of recognition, resolution, recapitalization and reforms have been followed. A number of measures have been implemented to ensure clean banking. Through a transparent and accountable process, we recognize these NPAs. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code has institutionalized a resolution-friendly mechanism which is helping in recovery of non-performing loans while preserving the underlying businesses and jobs. पहले सिर्फ छोटे बिजनेसमैन पर ऋण वापस करने का दबाव रहता था और अब बड़े बिजनेसमैन को भी ऋण की चिंता होती है, केवल बैंक को नहीं होती. But now defaulting managements are either paying or exiting their businesses. An amount of close to 3 lakh crores has already been recovered in favor of banks and creditors. To restore the health of public sector banks, recapitalization has been done with an investment of 2.6 lakh crore rupees. Amalgamation of banks has also been done to reap the benefits of economies of scale, improved access to capital, and to cover a larger geographical spread. हाल ही में कल हम सबको खुशखबरी मिली कि इन सब अथक प्रयासों के कारण 3 बैंक, बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, बैंक ऑफ महाराष्ट्र एंड ओरिएंटल बैंक ऑफ कॉमर्स, इन तीनों से पीसीए की रिस्ट्रिक्शंस भी अब हटा दी गई हैं. और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है जिस गति से बैंकिंग में सुधार हुआ है, बाकी सब बैंक्स भी बहुत तेज गति से इस व्यवस्था से निकल के फिर एक बार जोर से तेजी से बैंकिंग व्यवस्था में आ जाएंगे। Steps against corruption. We have ushered in a new era of transparency. हमने भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त सरकार चलाई। The Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016, RERA, and Benami Transaction Prohibition Act are helping to bring transparency in the real estate sector. The Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018 will help confiscate and dispose of the assets of economic offenders who escape the jurisdiction of the laws in India. Additionally, we conducted transparent auction of natural resources, including coal and spectrum. We have walked the talk. Swachhata. As a tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, whose 150th birth anniversary we are celebrating in 2019, our government initiated the world's largest behavioral change movement with the Swachh Bharat Mission. India has achieved over 98% rural sanitation coverage, and as many as 5,45,000 villages have been declared open defecation free. It is a holistic program and has succeeded in changing the mindset of our people. व्यापक जन भागीदारी से लोगों ने इसे एक सरकारी योजना से राष्ट्रीय आंदोलन बना दिया है। स्वच्छ भारत अभियान की सफलता के लिए मैं देश की 130 करोड़ जनता का तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूं, जिन्होंने इसे पूरे हृदय से अपनाया। गरीब और वर्ग, देश के संसाधनों पर पहला अधिकार गरीबों का है। सरकार ने मौजूदा आरक्षण जो कि एससी, एसटी, अन्य पिछड़े वर्ग के लिए है, उसको पूरी तरीके से पूर्ण रूप से बरकरार रखते हुए गरीबों के लिए भी अब शैक्षणिक संस्थानों में और सरकारी नौकरियों में 10% का आरक्षण सुनिश्चित किया है। इन संस्थानों में औसतन 25% अतिरिक्त सीट्स, लगभग 2 लाख सीट्स उपलब्ध कराई जाएंगी, जिससे किसी भी वर्ग के लिए वर्तमान में उपलब्ध आरक्षित सीट्स में कोई कभी कमी ना आए। गरीबों और मध्यम वर्ग के परिवारों को सस्ते दाम पर अनाज उपलब्ध कराने के लिए वर्ष 2018-19 में लगभग 1,70,000 करोड़ रुपए का व्यय किया गया, जो वर्ष 2013-14 के खर्च के मुकाबले लगभग 2 गुना है। 13-14 में मात्र 92 करोड़ रुपए लगभग खर्च हुए थे। हमने यह सुनिश्चित किया कि अनाज सबको मिले और किसी को भूखे पेट नहीं सोना पड़े। मनरेगा के लिए भी बजट एस्टिमेट 2019-20 में 60,000 करोड़ का आवंटन किया जा, जरूरत पड़ने पर और भी धनराशि उपलब्ध करा दी जाएगी। We have worked to bridge the urban-rural divide in the country. Honorable members in this august house, many of whom are from rural areas, will agree that several times in the past, only empty promises have been made to the people living in our villages. During the last 5 years, we have undertaken targeted expenditure to improve their quality of life in all its dimensions. हमारा उद्देश्य है कि गांव की आत्मा बरकरार रखते हुए वहां भी शहरों जैसी सुविधाएं उपलब्ध हो। Under the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, construction of rural roads has been tripled, 3 guna. 15,80,000 habitations out of a total of 17,84,000 habitations with Pakka roads, and the work is going on to complete the rest very soon. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana is being allocated 19,000 crore rupees in budget estimate 1920 as against 100 in revised estimate 2018-19.